Okay, hello and welcome to Bob Proctor's Secret for Setting Goals that give you financial freedom. How are you, Anna? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How are you?
Okay, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. And first of all, I would like to welcome the people who joined us on the webinar. Thank you for showing up. That shows that you are an action taker and you will probably have a lot of success in your life, yeah? So let's get started on this presentation then. So what is it that Bob Proctor knows that most of us don't know about setting goals? I mean, he has, I think it's 57 or 58 years of studying this material on how to set goals. Do you know that, Anna?
Yes, of course. But since I work with him and in his team, I know that he has a lot of experience in the setting goals and goal achieving.
Wonderful, wonderful. But I think it's 57 or 58 years. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's just a detail. Okay, great. So let's move ahead then, yeah. So in today's call, our promise is that what you will learn if you watch this until the end, yeah. So number one, I mean, you will learn what type of goals that motivate you into action. Not all goals are the same, you know. And then we will also be talking about statistics, so you understand why only 8% achieve their goal. I mean, there is a reason for that, you know. Number three, we will talk about the 3 common mistakes in goal setting. And these are not very common concepts that you might have heard of, but that's the third step, yeah. And number 4, why setting goals that make you grow is more important than the actual goal. I mean, that's what Bob Proctor says, yeah? And number 5, his advice on choosing the right type of goals that give you freedom, and specifically financial freedom, yeah? So let's move into the next slide here, okay? So Bob Proctor, he says that his quote is that to set a goal to achieve something that is so big, so exhilarating, that it excites you and scares you at the same time, yeah? And so first of all, before we get into this presentation, we'd just like to present ourselves, who we are. So Anna, maybe you can talk a little bit about, you know, your story there.
Hello everyone, my name is Ana Didian. I'm from Cuba. I was born in Cuba and I'm living in France. And I'm a personal development coach and a network marketer. I work with Linda Proctor and Bob Proctor. And I'm also part of the National Health Revolution movement. And as I say, I probably work with Bob Proctor and Linda Proctor. We teach people, we present a business opportunity, we train people how to achieve their goals. That's our aim, that's our goals with us, to teach you how to do it in the best way. So that's me. Nice to meet you all.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and my name is Pedro. I'm originally from Sweden, in Gothenburg in Sweden, and my background is that I was running an SEO company for 15 years, and one of my biggest challenges was client attraction, which I finally figured out, and that's basically what I teach people today, how to use law of attraction, client attraction for business owners. Yeah. So nice to meet you all, and let's move on to the next slide. Yeah. So Anna.
Okay, so do you know something interesting about goal achieving? When we start the year, we all set goals, and we have a goal that we want to accomplish in the new year. But only 92% of the New Year goals are achieving, according to the New Year resolution statistics in 2014. And about 25% of us consistently set specific targets of goals. Why? Only 25%. And only 3% have a specific goal for every major area of their life. Like only 3% have a specific goal. Other people are just running after things. They don't really have a specific thing to look after. And that is only 8% that in a consistent action, a step toward attainment of the goal. This is the most important part, because a dream a dream will be a dream if you don't, a dream to become a goal, a dream to become a goal, you need to take action. You need to take daily action that will move you toward your goals. So there's only 8% that take consistent action a step toward attainment of a goal. This is very important.
Yeah, so that basically means that 92% of the goals are not achieved according to...
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I've been there, you know. The typical thing you hear is that I'm going to start going to the gym, and 3 weeks into January, they already quit, you know.
Exactly. Like people say, I would start in a diet. They do go 2-3 days and they quit because that is they need a consistent action toward their attainment.
Absolutely.
We will train you in this seminar. We will train you how to do that, why, and now Pedro will explain you why this is happening. What are the 3 mistakes that we do as the time to set a goal?
Yeah, exactly. So if we move into the 3 typical mistakes that people do when setting goals, and they might not be something you have heard about before, but here they are. Yeah? So the first one is that most people, a lot of people set fear-based goals. For example, you know, I hear that almost every day. People tell me on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that. They say, oh, I need $500 million, or you know, basically they're saying, I will starve to death. But you know, the first practical example that people want is that, you know, your goal is to earn 1 million in 30 days. And but your current income is $35,000 per year. And the second issue about fear-based goals is that your goals are all about the money. You don't think at all about purpose or about, you know, what you really want to do. It's just about the money, you know, and a lot of people open companies like that too, you know. So number 3, I just want to explain that $500 million concept, you know. Of course, you can achieve $500 million, but does it make sense to sacrifice your whole life only to work for this $500 million? Because that's probably how long it will take. I mean, not many people will earn $500 million. I mean, on this planet right now, we have about, what is it, like 7.5 billion people. And the official statistics say that there is about 1,024 billionaires. So, you know, the chances of you achieving that, it's there, but is it worth it, you know? I mean, what you should aim for perhaps is, you know, if you're earning $35,000 per year now, I mean, maybe you should earn for $300,000 per year, you know? That's a 10 times increase, yeah? Makes a lot more sense. The second type of goal is what I call urgency-based goals, which is a typical thing. If someone says, I must earn 100K in 30 days, or this law of attraction and goal-setting stuff, it doesn't work. It's fake, yeah? But what happens is that when you are in an urgency to create money or to achieve goals and to grow your business, you know, you run the risk of becoming what I call a negative magnet. And a negative magnet is exactly the opposite of a positive magnet. A positive magnet attracts, but the negative magnet, it repels. So whatever you want, you will actually repel the thing that you want, you know? And we'll talk more about that in later presentations, but I just wanted to give you an idea about this, yeah? So think about the example of, you know, trying to meet, you know, a woman or a man, and you're desperate, you know? I mean, if you think about it, how likely are you to be successful at meeting someone when you are desperate? I think we both know that, you know, the chances are almost zero, right? Because you repel them. There's something that happens there in that magnetism, you know? We will also talk more about this a little bit later on because it's quite a deep concept, yeah? But I just want to introduce the topic here. And the mistake number 3 is what I have also seen in some countries. They set these kind of uninspiring goals. You know, they say, oh, I wish I could get a better life. You know, I sure wish so. You know, and that their primary goal is to, to afford to go to a restaurant, or, the secondary most important goal is to afford to go shopping. I mean, what happens often is that these goals are very easily and quickly achieved, and the downside is that there is absolutely no motivation, no growth in that level. Sure, I mean, if you go from completely dead broke to that, it is better than nothing. I agree with that. But for the most of us, I mean, these are not very inspiring goals. Okay. So Joseph Campbell says, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. So we have to do the thing that we fear. Yeah. So Anna, maybe you can talk about the 3 different types of goals that Bob Proctor recommends.
Yes, of course. So I remember watching Bob Proctor's videos, seminars, and webinars, and all the things from Bob Proctor. And the main question all the time that comes from him is, what do you want? What do you really want? And the question repeated in my mind, and I was not able to answer the question because I was confused, and I was repeating myself, what do you want? What do you really want? And maybe you are confused right now, and don't feel bad if you're confused. It's normal. 96% of the population is a confused state, so it's normal. So the beautiful things about goals, and I think Pedro was mentioned the 3 mistakes we made when we set goals. The beautiful thing of goals, you don't set goal for acquire anything. Even if you acquire something, money, possession, fame, or something you're aiming to, you set goal to grow. You set a goal that make you go to a different state.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't set goals just to stay in the same position. It's to grow, to make you find out what do you really want, to make you find your purpose. So let's take a look at the 3 type of goals that that Bob Proctor explained, and I love it, and I want to explain it to you in a different way. So that is 3 type of goals. We have the A-type goal, which is this. This is the goal that where you go after what you already know how to do. You already accomplished this before. You already did it. You already know how to do it. It's just a different one. It's just that you want to do it again, but you already did it. So there is no inspiration. It's like if you buy a car 5 years ago and you want to get a new car, you already know how to get a car because you already bought it. Where is the inspiration? You can get a car that you want, but this is not a goal. That's the difference between a goal and something that you want, or something that you might want to buy, but a goal is something different. So this is the A-type goals, and 96% of the population are going after these type of goals. So let's go and let's see the B-type goals. This type of goal is to play this safe. You make a plan because you already know you don't want to make mistakes, you don't want to lose. So you make a plan. You say, if I get this amount of money, if I get this person to help me, if I get this, then I can do this. Where is the inspiration? You already see the process. You already see how it's going to happen. You already see the whole movie.
Yeah, so it's a conditional statement, yeah.
Exactly, and also you're playing it safe. You are not growing because you're playing it safe. Where is your growth? You are not growing. You're not going to places that you have never been.
Yeah.
You are in the same position.
Yeah.
So this is the B-type goals. They are a bit different from the A-type goals, but they're basically the same. So let's look at C-type goals. This is the type of goal that makes you grow. This is the dream. This you stay one day in a calm place and you just let your mind running and you start thinking, if I only can do this, if I can achieve that, this is what you want. If I can live in this country, if I can have this amount of money, if I can do this, if I can go and take this trip. Those are the things that you really want. You feel it in your heart. You have a desire. It's different for wants. You have a burning desire inside you.
Yeah, that's what you really want. Yeah, that's what you really want. Yeah.
So that's what but you know what? The many people don't go to C-type goals. Why? Because it's illogical. It's your dream or you're going after. And what happens when you go after your dreams? The people that you're surrounded with, they are A or B type goal. Why? Because it's 96% of the population is in this type of goal. So the possibility that you're surrounded with people that go to A and B type goals is high.
Yeah.
So when you're aiming to a C type goals, you will not have a lot of support. The people around you, your family, your relatives, they will not support you.
Yeah, for sure not. For sure not. Yeah.
We tend to procrastinate because we want to please our family, we want to please our relatives, we want to please our people around, and we procrastinate. So we don't go after what we want. We go after what we think we can do.
Yeah. Big mistake.
Big mistakes.
Yeah. Great. So goal type A, this type of goal is to do what you already know how to do. So there's no inspiration. That's basically what you said, Anna. And the B type goal, I'm just summarizing these now. Yeah. So the B type goal is this type of goal is to play it safe. They make a plan because they don't want to make a mistake or lose. And here the important part is that if a goal doesn't excite you or scare you at the same time, it's probably not a good goal. I just wanted to mention that.
Exactly, because when you get excited about something, when you get scary about something, that means that you're moving to a new state. You're moving forward. But when a goal doesn't make you uncomfortable, that means that there is no growing process in that.
So exactly.
That's important in going after what you want, because it's
what you really want.
Yes, what you really want. Within you. This is what you need to go after.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense there. Okay, and here is the third slide. The C-type goals, and these are the type of goals that will make you grow because you don't know how you're going to achieve it, but you really, really want it. That's the definition of a C-type goal, and it's usually, as far as I understood from Bob Proctor, it's a at least 10 times what you are able to do now type of goal. So if you're earning $35,000, it's like at least $300,000. Just to be 10x there.
Exactly, but because it makes you grow. If you earn that amount of money, you will be doing something different. Maybe you want to have your own business. This is a C-type goal, to have to move from a job, from a 9 to 5 job, to your own business, to be an entrepreneur. This is the C-type goals, because you will be helping people. You will do things that you have never done as an entrepreneur. You do things that you have never done. So maybe you want to open an organization to help people in Africa. This is a C-type goal. You have never done it, so you don't know how you're gonna do it. And it makes you stress. It makes you stress because you will have to do things and accomplish things and talk to new people and get new skills that you never did before. So this is a type of goal we need to look after.
Yeah, exactly. So big dreams,
Yes, it's the dream. You're going after your dreams.
Yeah. Totally got that right. Yeah. So I'm moving on to the next slide here, Anna. So basically, it would be good to talk about your story. I mean, have you ever achieved any goals? What kind of challenges did you have, and where were you before, and where are you now in regards to setting goals in your life?
Okay, so I have set many goals for my life. Some of them without even knowing all this process. But the first goal I set, since I was a child, I wanted to move to Europe. I fall in love with Europe constructions, and I fall in love with all the Europe population and how the people talk and everything, how the language in France. And I fall in love with everything of that. And as I fall in love, it was my dream to come to France. So when I really come to France, it was like my dream come true. But I didn't know that it was a C-type goal that I was going after.
Yeah.
I had no idea because I didn't have the knowledge at this time when I was going after my goal. I also I set a goal to find a guy, a specific guy. I write it down. I want this guy in my life. I didn't want another type of guy. I give myself a time, and I was focused on this kind of guy, and I did not allow other kind of guy come to me. I wanted this type. And I found it. This is the husband right now.
Yeah, good.
And he achieved like that the same thing to work with Bob Proctor. When I was listening to him, I was so amazed with what I was listening. I say, I need to get this man to teach me what he teach everybody, and I want to be close to him. I want to learn more from him. I want to be close and hand by hand with this man. And I was falling in love with the idea. I was making talkings in my mind, and I was talking to him and asking him questions, and I achieved it.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Right now, I have my own business. So I have achieved everything, just setting up CETI goals. And I have to grow as a person. And this is what I do now. I help people to set goals the same way to achieve what they want.
Yeah. Got it.
That's my story, guys. I hope it can inspire you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, these are big goals. You know, they really are. Great. So,
let's listen to your story.
Sure. I'm already on the next page here. So my story is that I was living in an apartment, and it was about 35 square meters. I was living there with my soulmate that I had just met, and we didn't need so much space in the beginning because we were crazy. We were young and crazy, and we were, traveling every weekend. We were traveling somewhere, and also we had an active lifestyle. So 35 square meters wasn't so bad. But then we got a child, and our beautiful daughter was born, and we obviously needed a bigger place, And so we started looking for a bigger apartment, but we also had a house as an option. And what happened is that we went to see a few apartments, and then we found an option for a house. But here's what happened. Here are two things that happened. Yeah. The first thing that happened was that I told my wife that I want to buy a house, but I want to pay 30% less than the market price. And she just looked at me and she said, Petri, I mean, who are you? I mean, are you nuts or what? I mean, you can't get 30% below the market price. That's impossible. You always have to pay market price. And I said, no. I'm doing it my way because I know this law of attraction stuff, and we are paying 30% less than the market price. And we found actually a house that was 30% under the market price.
Wow.
And it was exactly in the area where we wanted to move. And what happened is that, we went to see the place. We were presented like a demo house there, and we said, okay, we'll take it, And my wife, she looked at me and she said, are you crazy? I mean, we don't have the money for this. And we didn't really have the money for it, But I just took a decision. It was just one of those, why decisions, why do we need this house? Well, the daughter needs some nice place to live in, we can't just live in this 35 square meter apartment. So we just took a very, very big decision there. A big house, 2-floor house, 130 square meters with a garden and everything. And we just took action. And I don't know how it all happened, but the money started to pour in. Her business grew, my business grew. We got more clients, and we actually finished the whole house in 13 months. The whole.
Amazing! Wow.
Yeah. And we paid it all off. It was all paid. There's no loans, no mortgages, no nothing. The only thing we pay is electricity and water bill.
That's so amazing. That's the law of attraction manifestation. You make a decision, and the law of attraction have to work.
Yeah. But you have to take action as well, and you have to know the reason why you are doing it. I mean, if you're only doing it to impress someone or something, it's not going to work. But if you have a core reason that is based on love and all these kind of things, you can do it. It's easy. Yeah.
This is a CETI goal.
Yeah, definitely CETI goal. Yeah. So anyway, so that's my little story there. So now we have entered into the Q&A, and I'm just looking here into the chat function here, and I can't see any questions. I think everybody must be satisfied here with the results. That's right.
We did a good job.
We did a great job, yeah. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you do have some questions, you can just email it to us and so on. We will give you the email and stuff. So anyway, so now you have two choices. So the first choice is that you set and achieve the goal by yourself, because now you know what type of goals to go for. The second option is to work with a mentor or a coach who guides you to achieve your goals. Whatever option is best for you, just choose that. Yeah. And like I said, if you have any questions, you can send it to us. Perhaps we can go through these answers in the next first 15 minutes of the next week's webinar. Okay. So on my behalf and Anna, I would just like to thank you for joining our webinar.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, I understand this is in the middle of the work day, so we'll just try to keep it short, concise, to the point. And thank you so much for the call, and hopefully we'll see you on the call next week. So thank you.
See you next week.
Okay.
Webinar.
Thank you. Okay. Bye bye.